Flux just dropped 3 versions of their latest model on the same week that Nano Banana Pro got released. So today we're going to compare the Flux Pro and the Flex models with Nano Banana Pro and see what you think. They also have a dev model coming, which is very exciting to someone like me who likes to run things open source, so we'll be able to run that on Comfy UI and create LoRa's. I mean, this is going to be a game changer when you consider what a huge impact the first Flux had on the open source community and AI creators everywhere. So now I think we're beginning a whole new era with this. So what are some of its strong points? Well, we're going to be looking at things like hyperreal skin texture and lighting. These new models provide precise hexadecimal color control. They also boast improvements in typography and infographic precision, real cinematic depth for things like photo editorials and magazine covers, of course the ability to stylize images in a variety of ways, and of course consistency among generations. And these new Flux models bring the ability to combine up to 10 reference images to create a single image. We're doing our comparison over at OpenArt, and right now they've got a Black Friday sale going on. You can save up to 60% on their plans. Also right now, if you get their Wonder plan, you get unlimited generations with Nano Banana Pro and the Flux 2 model. I'm going to tell you right now, I have no bias in this. I don't know that there is a clear winner. I'm just going to show you the results and you can judge for yourself. This first example is the Nano Banana Pro model. This first set of prompts is around hyperreal portraits, and the prompt goes something like this: ultra real close-up portrait of a South Asian woman with freckles, soft and natural pores, micro specular highlights of the skin, holding a ceramic espresso cup shot. And then we get into what kind of camera it was on and the lighting and all of that. Lots of specific details, and all of these went to all of the models. Here is Nano Banana Pro. Absolutely no denying these are excellent. Now, this is Flux 2 Pro. This is also Flux 2 Pro. Now we're going to look at the Flex models. Now the Flex models, you will immediately notice as you see all these, have really strong colors. In fact, I think it almost might be just a little bit too much contrast. Everything I've done with freckles turns into really dark freckles, even though it says subtle, but this is the Flex model. And when you look at like the skin around here, it kind of says Flux, doesn't it? Okay, let's go another crazy direction, Bob style. This time we're going to start with the example with the Flex model, but the prompt is found footage. This is kind of important here. A David Cronenberg-like human tentacle creature with a crazy face covered with slime and bug eyes. I've got 4 generations here with the Flex model, so you can see. It has that sort of more organic look or whatever. Again, a lot of contrast on the colors, but nice and creepy. I mean, it's got the details and all that. It's definitely a next level. And this is the last one of the Flex examples. So this one, even though it has higher contrast than it normally does with the Pro model, is the Pro model. So let's look at a few examples of this. So exact same prompt, but with the Pro model instead. This is also with the Pro model, and I like this one for an animation test because of the mouth. And here's another one here. So all of these examples that I've shown you so far were from the Flux 2 Flex or the Flux 2 Pro. This is Nano Banana Pro, and I think it wins on a couple of levels. It definitely has the vibe of the found footage, which is what I wanted when I said found footage. It even has the VHS stuff down here. Here's another output as well, and I like this one again because we've got a mouth that I can make talk. So just to make this a little more creepy, let's animate one of the Pro outputs and one of the Nano Banana outputs, and you can tell me which one terrifies you the most. I used the WAN 2.5 model for this so I could add some sound to it, but this image was created with the Flux 2 Pro model.
So hungry. Must find food.
Then here's the animation generated with the Nano Banana Pro output.
So hungry. Must find food.
So I think a lot of this is going to be your personal preference and style, that it's not going to necessarily be a clear winner based on taste. As I said, it also follows hexadecimal color prompts, so you can get precise color in all of your images. So the prompt here is studio product photograph of a modern wireless headphone set in exact color, and then it gives the hexadecimal code, displayed on a matte backdrop in the color, another hexadecimal code. Clean softbox reflections, accurate fabric texture, crisp edges, photorealistic shadows, and no stylization. So before we check this, let's just copy this hexadecimal code here, and we can go over this site here. It's just htmlcolorcodes.com. I can plug that value in here, and we can see the color that it is supposed to be when we generate, and we can see we pretty much got that with the headphones. So let's pop this up so we can see full resolution. Here are a couple of Flux 2 Pro examples, and I really love the detail, especially like the seams and all of that. Here's another one, Flux 2 Pro, and now we're into Nano Banana Pro. So we've got Flux 2, and we've got Nano Banana Pro, and again, Nano Banana Pro. In this case, the Flux 2 Pro model definitely wins for details and all of that, I think they both do a fairly good job of keeping the colors. But I thought I might just test this a little bit more by throwing some different hexadecimal codes in there just to see how it changed and stayed consistent. So all I did was I just came over here and I just chose some colors at random, a yellow color and a red color, copied the hexadecimal value, and plugged it into the prompt. When I initially ran those with the blue headphones, they hadn't even dropped the Flex model yet, so that wasn't in the mix, but I've got it right here. So here's a couple of that prompt with the Flex model, and we've got that really deep saturated color there. This is going to be the Flux 2 Pro model, as well as this one here, and then here we've got Nano Banana again. So things are just more simple with the Nano Banana. Everything just seems a little bit more simple and basic with the Nano Banana output, as compared to the details we get, like even right here with these Flux models. So let's talk about how smart they are. We're going to ask it to use some real world knowledge and see how accurately it portrays it. Now we know that Nano Banana Pro is excellent at this. Prompt is a high-end infographic explaining how solar panels work. Clean blue and white color scheme, accurate technical diagram, blah, blah, blah. You see all this stuff. We've got very specific text that we want it to say. And here's what Nano Banana Pro gave us. Everything is spelled exactly correct as far as I can tell. I might have missed a word here or there, but when I just looked through, it all looks perfect. Here's another take with the Nano Banana. Again, everything's spelled correctly, very clean and clear. And it obviously did the research and explains how solar panels work. This is the Flux 2 Pro output. Here we've got some problems with the text. None of this really makes sense. The headers seem to make sense, but when we get down into the actual text itself, we lose it. Same here with the other generation. And also, it's just not as interesting an output as these Nano Banana Pro ones, wouldn't you say? Here it is with the Flux 2 Flex model. Again, we've got the same problem. It's kind of a more simple illustration, and the text just isn't working as well as we would expect, and certainly not as well as Nano Banana Pro. Let's look at some product photography. This is not using reference images. This is just being generated from text. So we've got a hyper-realistic product lifestyle shot of a reflective amber fragrance bottle on a wet marble counter at sunset. We've got water droplets, accurate refractions, bokeh city lights, lots of different details that we want to show up in this image. So let's start with the Nano Banana Pro output. What I like about it is it actually gave the product a nice name, Solstice Bloom. Eau de Parfum, right? Again, the spelling is all right. We've got all the droplets. It followed the prompt exactly. Same exact thing here. This is the Nano Banana Pro output. We've got this beautiful bottle. We've got Amber Horizon. Everything is good. The skin looks good. Everything looks super, super natural. Here's our first look at the Flux 2 Pro output. Actually, this is a little more saturated than normal. It looks more like the Flex output. Like I said, whenever you use any sort of description of freckles or skin blemishes, they seem to be really strong with these Flux models. So here's the Pro and here's the Pro. It didn't come up with any nice titles for the product. It just threw some letters up there. This is the other Pro output, and again we've got these really dark freckles here, and it's a beautiful bottle. The image itself is great, but these aren't really words. This is the Flux 2 Flex model. We've got that deep saturation, even more crazy freckles here on the hand. We've got an attempt to come up with a product name. Same here, this is the Flex model as well. And to me, the Flex model in general is just more reminiscent of the early Flux models too, with their saturation and everything. Okay, let's have some fun with some reference images. Now, like I said, the Flux models are supposed to take up to 10 different reference images. I didn't even try that. I'll try that some other time. Right now, I just wanted to do some basic testing. So I wanted to combine me with the goats, with Presley and the Bob Doyle Media soda can. So the prompt is very simple. So over here in OpenArt, you just load your reference images over here, and the prompt is the man and woman are in a field with goats drinking the Bob Doyle Media soda. No more details than that. I'd say the woman with the long hair or anything like that. I didn't get any more detailed. Here's what Nano Banana Pro gave us. It is excellent. Everybody looks like they're supposed to look. It doesn't look weird or compressed. We've got the soda cans. Everything is just right. Here it is again. Nano Banana Pro looks really good. I couldn't be happier with this. Here's the Flux 2 Flex model. Even though the likenesses are there, it's just the image quality itself is a little bit weird with this Flex model here. But they've got the likenesses right, basically. The can is correct. Everything's correct. It's just a little bit weird around her face. Let's do another one where we combine a product with a person. We've got this image here as one of the input, and then we have this picture of Tracy as the other input, and the prompt is just the woman with the red top is holding up the cologne bottle in one hand and a sign that says buy it in the other hand. Here's Flux 2 Pro, solid output, no crunchy face, everything looks good, the bottle's perfect, the sign's good. Another one right here. Everything's good. We do have a stray, weird finger right here. This is going to be your Flex model. You can tell with the high saturation, but everything is accurate. The likeness of her is good. The sign is good. The label's good. Again, this is the Flex model, so nothing shabby here. And then here's Nano Banana. So we've got a cardboard sign. The bottle's right. The likeness is right. It has a slightly different look, or maybe a little bit softer, but I think all the models did a great job on that combination. So I thought I'd throw one more character into the mix to see if it stayed consistent. So all I did was throw a picture of me playing the guitar in a stadium and just added the line, the man with the guitar is standing beside her smiling to the camera. So here is Nano Banana Pro. Again, good likeness of me, the guitar, Tracy, sign, bottle, everything's good. Again, this is another Nano Banana Pro output, just absolutely excellent, really, especially with the likenesses. Here's your Flux Flex model. Again, all the elements are correct. The likeness is good. You can just see a little bit of fluxness to it though, right? When you look at the skin, it's just a little fluxy, if you know what I'm talking about. Here's another version with the Flex. It's good, but fluxy. Finally, here's the Flux 2 Pro model. We've got me, but I'm behind her, and the likeness is not quite as good. She's good, she's sharp, everything's really crisp here, but my face is a little bit weird compared to the actual reference image and the other two outputs. Same kind of face here. You can just tell it's affected, and she's even a little bit more affected here as well and starts to kind of look fluxy, and that is one big hand. Let's do some outfit try-ons. So we got this image of Tracy and this clown outfit. And we just say, the character is wearing the clown outfit. Here is Flux 2 Flex. We've got that high contrast, but it's a good likeness. Same here, this is Flux Flex, but here in the face, the likeness is a little bit off. It's a little bit too crunchy, I guess, again, is my word. But this is very nice. This is the Flux 2 Pro model, as is this one. This one got a little bit distorted with the aspect ratio, but the likeness and the clothes are definitely there, and they look right and they fit correctly on her. Now here we have Nano Banana Pro, which is fine, except it's kind of a weird body shape for her head. Her head looks way bigger than her body, and you really see it here. This looks more like she's got her head through one of those holes, you know, where this is a picture, and it just makes it look like she's wearing it. So for this last example, we've got this dude here as one reference, and then this suit that we want him to wear. The prompt is, the character is wearing the purple suit at a McDonald's eating French fries. So here's Nano Banana Pro, and I gotta say, I really like this image. It's super crisp and sharp, and colors are great. It just freaking looks good. This is the other Nano Banana one, and it definitely kept the likeness of the reference image. I'll bet you can guess which model this is. Did you say Flex? That's correct. You can tell by the high contrast, but again, it's not crunchy. Maybe a little weird right here, but I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. This is another Flex output. Again, when it's all nice and high res like this, it looks pretty freaking good. And then here is the Flux 2 Pro model. We get a little bit more natural color and lighting here, but the lightness and everything is still dead on and looks really, really good even. But it nailed the reference image of the guy, it nailed the outfit in both of these examples. Again, that's the Flux 2 Pro version. So as you can see, these are all really good models. I think of the three that we looked at least favorite, at least at this point, is the Flex model, simply because of how traditionally fluxy it looked. The goal here was not to make some sort of permanent decision about which is the best model. We're all just getting our hands on these things. We're all new to Nano Banana Pro. We're all new to this new Flux 2 model, and so much stuff is going to happen. But I think we can all agree that the progress being made in these areas is astounding. If this is the type of stuff you like to keep up to date on, well, why not subscribe to this channel? Because we like to keep up to date on it too, and it's the type of thing we do all the time.
If you subscribe now, I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you do not, I will look for you. I will find you. And I